is coming from. Put your city and state in the chat so we are able to recognize you. Hey everybody, welcome to the 10K Project. We are the largest community of, oops. Hold on a second, I didn't mute all of the areas here. Hold on, I'm hearing myself like 4 times. Okay, perfect. Let's try that again. Hey everybody, welcome to the 10K Project. We are the largest community of investors who actively fund Black-owned businesses. Tonight's session is all about opportunity zone investing, but before we get to that, I want to introduce myself, introduce the 10K Project to any of you who are new, and also let you know about a lot of the things that are coming up for members over the next couple of months. So with that, I am going to just share. The first thing is some of the things that are happening for members, kind of give you all a sneak peek. It's not really a sneak peek. It is a full peek at what's happening. So one of the things that we are doing is in the next few weeks, we are switching our business model from a one-time only payment of $100 to a monthly recurring payment. So that's the first thing. If you want to not have that monthly recurring payment, if you want to get grandfathered into the one-time payment, you want to do that sooner rather than later. Again, it's a one-time payment of $100 in order to be a member of the 10K Project. So in preparation for that, we are starting to do a lot more content with regards to members only content, giving you a lot more with regards to investing and the different types of investments that you can do. So the first is the Bet on Black pitch, which is our foundation. I'm going to explain to all of our new people what that means, but basically it is Black Shark Tank. We have the ability to invest in Black businesses. Some of the businesses are startups, some of them are growing, a lot of them have revenues already, and you get to participate in them and become a shareholder in those companies as they are young and private. And then if and when that business has a successful exit or a liquidity event, you get to participate in that as a shareholder. And I'll explain a little bit more about that. But those will always be Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we have a few more things coming up for members. I sent earlier today, probably an hour ago, I sent an email to everybody. So check your emails with the links and sign up for the events you would like to be a part of. So next Tuesday, we have Nadja Roberts coming in to talk about how to buy and protect your crypto. So she's going to talk about how to buy and protect your crypto. Wednesday, April 20th, we have our Buying Your First Home session. We have a realtor coming, Honey Abrams. We have a mortgage broker coming, Kevin Jefferson. And then we have a person coming who has successfully gone through the NACA program, and Kevin Jefferson, who's the mortgage lender, knows about another down payment assistance program as well. So if you want to buy your first home or help your kids buy their first home, then that's the session you want to come to. Tuesday, April 26th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we are having our accountants, Clarice and Graceland, come back. They are going to talk about the top 7 tax mistakes that people make with regards to buying real estate. So if you want to buy real estate, you already own real estate, you want to be in the house for that. Wednesday, May 4th. Several of you in a couple of sessions ago asked about a session about how to start a business. So I'm going to lead this one Wednesday, May 4th, 5:30 Eastern. How to start a business and get your first 10 clients. It's really meant for people who want to start either a side hustle or a service business. But if you want to get into that, I will go through. I've actually already started working on the curriculum for it. So Wednesday, May 4th, 5:30 Eastern Time. And then finally, May 10th, 6 p.m. Eastern, dividend stock investing. If you want to learn how to put together a stock portfolio that has dividend payments, you want to be in the building for that. So again, about an hour ago, I sent an email out with all of the registration links. You pick the ones you like. Everything will be in the Knowledge Center. Replays will be sent as well if you're not able to attend live. So for those of you who don't know what the 10K Project is, we build Black wealth by buying Black businesses and, more importantly, investing in Black businesses. So overall, the way that it works is when rich people invest, they invest in several different things, including public equities, meaning stock. On the public market, real estate is 27%, and 22% of their assets, their investable assets, are going into private equity. So we have the ability to do the same thing, just like the sharks do with Shark Tank. So 10K Project is Black Shark Tank meets Powernomics. The way that we're able to do Black Shark Tank is through something called equity crowdfunding. This was made legal by the Jobs Act of 2012. And everyday people like you and I, we're called unaccredited investors, can invest in companies like the rich do. We can invest in private companies like the rich do. So what does that mean? That means that an entrepreneur works with something called an equity crowdfunding portal, and they're able to raise up to $5 million. And again, the companies that come to our platform can be anything from tech companies to real estate companies to buying businesses, companies that are starting, companies that are growing, et cetera. But they can raise anywhere from $10,000 to $5 million through this. And these securities are, these companies also are governed by the Securities and Exchange Commission and FINRA, which stands for the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. Then every week we select a Black entrepreneur that is raising money through this. Through this vehicle. They do something called a Bet on Black pitch, which is similar to Shark Tank. They come, they talk to us about their investment opportunity, and then you as an individual investor gets to ask that founder questions. Then you get to review their business plan, research the company, and if you as an individual like that company, then you're able to invest in that company. And you're able to build a portfolio of Black businesses that that you're able to invest in. And then if the company makes it big, then the crowd of investors get to share in the profits. If not, investors only lose the money that they put into that company. So the 10K Project overall idea is if 10,000 of us come together and we each put in just $100 per person, that's $1 million. We can fund our own businesses, profit from our own innovation, create jobs in the community, and work together to build Black wealth. So that's the foundation. That's how we got our name, the 10K Project. We also mentioned that we're a little bit powernomics as well. So one of the things that happens when an entrepreneur raises money is that they're usually wanting to hire people, either full-time work, part-time work, or contract work in order to help them grow their business. Right now, the Black dollar stays in the community 6 hours. What if we help that business raise $1 million and then they spend that money outside of the community getting the services and the products that they need? Well, that would be a shame and it would be counterproductive to overall what we want to do. So we bring together everybody in the 10K project is an expert at something. You have the ability when you become a member to also add yourself to the knowledge directory, and when that entrepreneur needs your products or services, they get to go in to the expert directory, find you, reach out to you, and you two are able to do business together. Also, other investors may need your services or products as well. So anybody within the 10K Project network and membership is able to go to that expert directory, reach out to you directly, and do business with you. And that's how we circulate the Black dollar longer in the network in the 10K Project. So we have two different levels of membership. The first is gold membership. Right now, it is a one-time payment of $100. You get to participate in all the Bet on Black pitches. You get to see former Bet on Black pitches as well. Every Monday and Thursday, we send out the list of all of the open campaigns. You also get to experience the wealth building webinars. We have replays as well as the ones I showed you a few minutes ago. You are able to participate in all of those as a member, and you get to add yourself to the expert directory. And then if you want to upgrade to platinum membership, you are able to do that. What platinum membership is it includes everything in the gold membership, plus 6 months of financial planning from our partner, Freeman Capital. They are certified financial planners. They are Black and Black owned. You and your family can speak to them every day during the 6 months or once a month or every other week in order to help you reach your goal of financial health, whatever that means to you. It is customized to you, and you get one-on-one assistance and training and assistance overall with your financial planning. So if you come to the10kproject.com, you can click on the Become a Member button there, and you are able to become a member of the 10K Project. And again, these are all of the upcoming events for members only. Of course, we have our Bet on Black pitches. How to buy and protect your crypto is coming next week on April 12th. We have Buying Your First Home, where we're going to talk with the realtor, a mortgage broker, and a couple of people, well, one person who has gone through the NACA program, possibly a second person. We have another down payment assistance program we're going to talk about as well. That is Wednesday, April 20th. Then we have the top 7 tax mistakes people make when buying real estate. That's happening on Tuesday, April 26th. How to start a business and get your first 10 clients. That's happening on Wednesday, May 4th. And dividend stock investing happening on Tuesday, May 10th. So again, the10kproject.com, the10kproject.com if you want to join us. So, alrighty then. Let me just check and make sure. Talisha, did I get everything? I don't know if Talisha's here today, but usually I ask Tawana that. Hello, everybody in YouTube. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Twitter. And of course, hello, Zoom. Good to see everybody here. If anybody can remember anything that I've forgotten, please put it in the chat. And other than that, we already have our panelist up here, Mr. Charles McCutchen. So whenever he comes on video, we will officially say hello to him. Hey, Laverne, good to see you. People are saying hello in the chat, all of that. So, hey, Charles.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. How are you doing today?
I'm blessed. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here too. So, one of the topics that we love talking about, obviously, we're an investment group, but opportunity zone investing is one of our favorite topics. And we've had a couple of people come on and talk about it. But I was browsing Clubhouse, which I rarely do. Um, and you were speaking in one of the rooms, and you were so impressive that I immediately reached out to you and asked you to come on, talk about what you know about opportunity zone investing, about the real estate project that you're working on, and overall just give people the information that they need in order to successfully participate in opportunity zone investing. The other thing is a lot of people in the community are concerned about the gentrification that happens when we talk about this type of investing. Gentrification is not all bad if you own. That's what I'm trying to say. If you own where you live. So thus, that home buying program is, if you don't own where you live, please be in that home buying session or listen to the replay and really start thinking about how you can own where you live. But Charles, welcome again.
I love what y'all are doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Tell us a little bit about yourself and,
Okay.
have you always been into investing? Yeah, give us a little bit more about it.
I like long walks on the beach, y'all. I'm happy, y'all. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I just see it and I'm going for it. And I don't believe anything that can stop us, and especially how y'all coming together.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally game over when y'all can make that and then y'all come together and go as one, as a people. It's better to go as a people than to go by yourself. I am a retired naval officer. I did the enlisted side. I did the officer side. Saw both of them. I stayed in there like 22 years, had a great time. I used to do ballistic missile defense, basically saving the world, saving all of y'all, and y'all didn't even know it. Check that out. But it was an exciting job.
I appreciate your service.
Thank you. It was exciting doing that, and then I transitioned to do missile defense for the government sector or what have you. Got out. I did that for about a year and a half, and I had two bosses, so it was time to leave corporate. I was already doing real estate though, so I've been doing real estate a long time. My first house, I bought a 3-story townhome. I paid about $500 because I used my VA loan. So I started doing real estate that way, where I was taking the equity out of one, buying another, equity out of that one, buying another. And so I did that all the way up to 2008, had about 7 rentals, and then everything crashed. And then from there, I was scared. I just looked at everything like, oh my goodness. And I saw people foreclosing and the whole nine. It just wasn't happy. And so I just kind of watched everything up until 2010. And then jump back in, and then I learned how to do lease options, subject tos, wraparound mortgages, different types of real estate, where I'm putting down $100 and getting in a deal that's $265,000. So it's just different types of real estate that's out there. Most people just flip and wholesale. There's so many different facets to real estate. Then I started getting into bigger deals. I didn't get into the $1 million deals until I had this guy, 2 of them, 21 and 22 years old. They basically did a $3.1 million deal, and they put down $100. And I said, time out. Wait a minute.
You think small, huh?
What's going on? And that's what happened. They, in a sense, allowed me to think bigger. And I'm in corporate doing all this great stuff. And they look like skateboard kids. And I'm just like, and they just did a $3 million deal. I was like, time out. Something I got to change. So I sat down. In a sense, some of us have to humble ourselves. And I'll speak to you 6-figure earners out there. I'm going to humbly say 6 figures is really not a lot of money. Yeah. But I had to humble myself to understand that as I was going through corporate, I thought I had arrived. You're making money, you're doing all this stuff. And then you meet people that change your mindset. And they changed my mindset. Then I started looking at bigger deals, started going into the $1 million deals, multi-million-dollar deals. Now, I don't care what deal you bring me. It doesn't scare me. It's just money. As long as they don't have to come to me, I'm fine. Come for me, I'm fine. Yeah. So that's what led me into getting into opportunity zones. But as you go up, you learn and you connect with the right people and network, just like y'all doing here. You network with all these people, and once you come together, and that's what I do with different developers, different engineers. And so I'm in all these different industries. I have my own nonprofit. I'm into the gold industry, precious metals, real estate on a whole nother level, to where we're doing casino, hotels, we're doing land, I'm doing cannabis. I'm I'm hungry, y'all. I started from the projects, from the powdered eggs, the powdered milk. So can't nobody tell me about broke, don't even. You got about 20 seconds to give me a little sad story. And then we got two choices. We're going to keep going or we're going to stop. That's it. And if you want to keep going, let's go. Let's wrap arms.
Now we going to keep, now we going to stop. You going to stop.
Oh, I have to keep going. I can't stop, but I'm hungry. And right now, currently, I'm working on a opportunity zone. I'm tied into opportunity zones now. And when I first saw it, it basically came out like the end of December 2017, opportunity zones. We look at it, ain't really nothing popping off. 18, it comes out a little bit more. 19, and then 20, all the bull crap happens. 21, people start really getting into it a little bit more. And I really started diving into it in 2021. That's when I really started saying, hold on now.
Not so long.
No, it really isn't. So I still don't feel like I'm an expert, but I am a fund manager. I have my own fund that's doing opportunity zones. And we have about 8 different opportunity zone areas, which we will be developing from Virginia to Maryland to St. Louis to Texas to Colorado. So we're around, I'm around in different places. As far
Let's take a step back.
Go right ahead.
For people who don't know anything about opportunity zones, let's start off with 101. What is an opportunity zone? How do you make money in it? Like what are the legal things that people should know?
Got you. If I was starting today and I wanted to learn about opportunity zones, I would literally go to YouTube. Go to YouTube or go online and type in, what is opportunity zones? And they're going to tell you, and to make it simple, I'm going to simplify it as best I can. An opportunity zone is nothing more than a disadvantaged area. Now, for us, let's just think of the projects. Let's just think of these areas that need some loving that we already live in, that we give away because we sell grandmama's house and everything like that. And then we come back years later, the whole infrastructure's changed and we can't afford to move back in. That in and of itself, the majority looks like that. Then there's other places that don't look like that are, well taken care of, but the majority look like that. So what happened is all 50 states, 50, the governors for all 50 states, they got together and they put together a plan in what they call census tracts. So a census tract is nothing but an area, and they're all over the 50 states to include Puerto Rico. So there's Puerto Rico, about the 98% of the island of Puerto Rico is an opportunity zone. So there's a lot of things to be done down there. So in your particular state, you can look online and look at how many opportunity zones do we have. So I was in Austin, Texas, and I did an event there. They had something like 400 something opportunity zones. So one opportunity zone can be 2 acres. That could be the opportunity zone, 2 acres, or it can be 70 acres, or it could be 100 acres. So just because it's one census tract, that can be from 2 acres all the way up to, there's not a range on how many you have. In Virginia Beach, Virginia, I'm in Virginia, we have 8 opportunity zones in that particular area in that one city in Virginia Beach, Virginia. So you have to look at where you are. So again, I'm starting from 0. If I'm starting from 0, I'm going to look online, what's opportunity zones. Next thing I'm going to do is see what areas, because there's a map. It outlines where's opportunity zones. The one thing you do not want to do is some people say, well, I see an opportunity zone or my property is in an opportunity zone. If you already own the property, you can't get what we call the tax incentives. The reason opportunity zones, to me, they're a sexy component out here. The reason they're so sexy to me is it's allowing people like us, and this is going to tie into what you talked about, gentrification and, well, opportunity zones is only for the rich and everything like that. That's not the case. So this is coming from a person that's been in the industry and a fund manager, because I always get people to try to tell me how it is. And I'm like, not so much. I'm going to tell you what I'm going through, like literally as I'm doing this, and the people that I've spoken to. So an opportunity zone is for anybody who wants to, if you're in business or in real estate, personally, I say you need to start looking at opportunity zones, and I'll speak to both of those. For the real estate folks out there, when we're doing deals, anybody and everybody can use some extra money. Everybody on here can use some extra money. In real estate, we're looking for funding. No matter what, we're going to continue to look for that funding, whether it's getting hard money loan, whether it's using your collateral, your credit, or somebody else's cash, we're going to look for the money. So when you look for the money, the next thing I look at in my toolbox is an opportunity zone fund. That fund can give me access to capital. That's the reason I did what I did. And I'm going to use my what I'm working on right now to kind of give you all a snapshot of how it can work for you. I'm going to take it to the extreme, and I'm going to bring it back down to show you a baseline level as well. So opportunity zones is nothing more than having an economically disadvantaged area where you can go in and see something that, wow, well, we can take ourselves as a community and we can rebuild this community and keep our people in it. So we can take this community right here, where let's say it's about 8 acres of land, and now we take that and we make it into affordable housing. That's an avenue to take. So one thing I would do, I would look online. As I told y'all, you looking at the different areas, you find an area, see if it's in an opportunity zone. And then the next thing I would do is start educating myself on opportunity zones, of course. Third thing, before you purchase anything, you must have a fund. You can't just go out and buy it, because then that negates the people who have funding, who are accredited investors or who have capital gains that want to help you to purchase that thing. Now, what I'm working on right now is a $200 million mixed use development. I don't have $200 million yet. But anyway,
what? You don't?
I don't have that yet.
America.
Exactly. So why don't my team allow other people to help us to acquire or build out this infrastructure of a mixed use development? And that's what we're doing. So what I've done along my journey, let's take opportunities on and set it to the side to kind of give y'all a snapshot of where we could take it. So I've talked to family offices, I've talked to hedge funds, private money, pension funds, all those people who have their funding. So if I wasn't using opportunity zones, I'm still going to talk to these folks right here, because I need to get the funding to get this deal done. So these folks, everybody has their own requirements or why they're going to give you the money or not. And you go through and you figure out if they can or can't. So the sexy thing about opportunity zones, I use these and I come over here to the opportunity zones and the people who have capital gains, because what I tell investors is I have a way that I say possibly, I have a way that you can possibly eliminate paying capital gains. Now, I know for a fact that when you have, and those that don't understand what a capital gain is, let's say you have a 10-unit apartment complex, you sold it, you made $1 million. That's a capital gain. Uncle Sam wants his money. And I think they're really around 23.8% of that $1 million. Now, this is what most of us do. We go get with somebody who has the 1031 experience. A 1031 is basically a vehicle that will take your capital gain so you don't have to pay it right now and you can pay it later. So they put that into a 1031 fund in a sense, and then we call it kicking the can down the road. So you won't pay it this year or next year or the following year, but at some point in time, you're going to pay on that capital gain. Uncle Sam want their money. So the difference is you have $1 million you can put in a 1031, or you have $1 million you can put into an opportunity zone fund. Now, everybody's going to pay some type of tax. So that million, you either pay the 23.8% or you put it into an opportunity zone fund and eliminate paying capital gains on the money that's made from that million. So if you keep your million in that fund, let's say you keep it there 10 years and it made you 10 million, that 10 million is not taxed, zero. And so you have all these people that have, let's call it real money, and some of these hedge funds, pension funds, private money, they got $1 billion just sitting around looking for a home.
Yeah, and so a lot of that money comes from the stock market as well. So what has happened over the past 20 years is these pension funds and private offices, they were putting this money into the stock market. Well, if you put your money into Amazon 20 years ago, guess what? You've got this, and now people want to start cashing out, diversifying their interests, things like that. So what Charles is saying is they're looking for, and nobody wants to pay taxes, right? We don't trust the government to spend the money like properly, So they're also looking for a way in order to not have to pay these taxes, but they still want to make sure that whomever they're giving it to is going to know what they're doing with the funds with regards to real estate development. And I did get an email earlier today from a real estate developer. I'm still kind of talking to him to figure out what kind of experience he has, because, I'm sure Charles can't just walk in and say, hey, give me $200 million. People are going to say, okay, what kind of experience do you have? Who's on your team, et cetera, et cetera. So walk us through kind of some of that process as well. Some of the questions that you get that you have to answer.
Got you. I love that one because that's what I get all the time. Mm-hmm. I am on the phone all the time speaking to investors and all those different people that I spoke about, people who have capital gains as well, and they want to invest in the fund. So the particular fund I have, the threshold is $100,000 to get in with capital gains. Then you have some, I got to be politically correct for some of this stuff. So let's say you want to approach somebody with big money or what have you. Like some of these hedge funds have, one of them I talked to had 20 billion. And my mind just starts going on that, y'all. I'm just like, man, how you get 20? I asked him, I said, how y'all get 20 billion? He said they do infrastructure with the government and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, before you approach one of them.
Tell me they're selling a hammer for $140.
Hey, so what you would have to do is anybody who asks for my information, what I do is I give them a link to a website that a link to my YouTube channel in a sense, and it gives a very broad overview of what we're about to do. And it's probably about 2 minutes. And if they're interested in that, I give them my website. And if they like that, I have the executive summary. An executive summary is just a short couple of paragraphs, probably even 2, that kind of just sums up what you're doing. And then they start getting into the meat and potatoes. So let me tell you how I do mine. Some people will ask me the question of, who did your fund? Now, that's critical because a lot of people, and I've seen it on Clubhouse and other places, be like, yeah, I can do a fund for you. Or they tell you, you can do it yourself. I'm going to tell y'all right now, do not try to be a hero. It's not, it's too many gray areas and the program is too new for you to do a fund. And what could happen is you do your fund, later on down the road, people think that they're not going to have to pay capital gains. And put yourself in their shoes to where now you saying, hey, I did tell you didn't have to pay capital gains, but guess what happened? I thought that I was supposed to do this, and that's not the case. So now you got to pay capital gains. And now I'm sure you're going to have some lawsuits. So make sure you have a qualified attorney. All attorneys are not created equal. All CPAs are not created equal. They may not understand opportunity zone funds. I'm just telling you because I've experienced that. There'll be some, and I have one that I personally know, and he told me he can do my fund. But outside of a fund, there's much more than just doing your fund and doing your PPM, your private placement memorandum, and all this kind of stuff. There's so much more to it. Then you have to push it out to the world. So before you speak to anybody with money, you have to get those things together from if I were you sitting in your spot or whatever, if you don't have it, my executive summary, my financials, my private placement memorandum, make sure that I have the fund done, because there's no fun in somebody saying, hey, I got 5 million I want to dump into your fund. Well, hold on, I ain't got no fun right now. Oh, dang, I got to hurry up and place this money. So let me know, or just get back to me. Money is going to find a place to go. It doesn't matter. But one thing I do want to transition to, because I kind of just gave y'all that, tell y'all some of the things that you can do with the city. So we eliminate understanding the power of the city and how they can help you or hinder what you're going to do. They definitely can do that as well. But when you're going through the steps, you looking online and you understanding about opportunity zone funds, and you find an area you want to develop, and now you're saying it's free for you to purchase via your opportunity zone fund or your QOZ, that's what we call a qualified opportunity zone fund. And you go to the city and you take the plans to the city to say, I go into the city and say, what do y'all need? Like, how can I help y'all? And it's not about you, it's about them. How can you help them? Now, the city that I'm working in, they're providing tax incentives. They're providing grants. There's grant money. I don't care if the grant money is $3 million. Take that. I'm taking everything. And what they do is they can restructure money to where this pot of money was supposed to go to this thing over here. If you're doing opportunity zones, you need to type in opportunity zone, your city, and the name of your governor. Do that and watch and see what pops up. A little article, and they're going to sing the rah, rah, rah. We're for opportunity zones. We love it. I took that to the doggone mayor and the city. Be like, the governor is down with it. And then most cities have an opportunity zone office. Call that office up. See what they can provide you. I called them up, and they have investors that they will present your information to. They're not asking for any money, but what they're doing is they're helping out the state, though. So it's all about, and let me tell y'all what's going to happen before it happens. When we go live, which I'm waiting on a phone call every day. I'm waiting on a call for the funding for this $200 million mixed use development. When that funding comes, we're going to do the groundbreaking and all that stuff. But I'm going to guarantee the governor, all his people, the mayor, the city officials, everybody want to be in a picture. And that's when the money can start rolling to you. I'm looking at a total of at least 50 million in grant money. That's minimum, because we're working with veterans and everything like that as well. So the other thing y'all can do, I don't know if y'all into nonprofits. When you're starting, if you want to start your Opportunity Zone Fund, bring in a nonprofit, because I'm a veteran. So I have a veteran nonprofit, and we're building out a 300-bed facility, veteran assisted living facility, and we're going to tie that into the nonprofit. So with the veterans, there comes grants. There's grants in the millions for veterans. So find that nonprofit, and I got another nonprofit that's not mine, but I'm going to be partnering with some other people, and I'm bringing them on board to have that social impact. So those people with money, they love the social impact. How are you going to help the community? And how are you going to give the rah, rah, rah? Are you helping the kids? We helping the elderly? We helping the veterans? We helping the women? It's just, how can you help as a community? Then you bring the community in. So I've been talking to churches. I've been talking to bishops. I've been talking to pastors. And I already have it set up to where they're going to be coming in to be in front of the camera when we go live. Does everybody want to be in the picture? I will guarantee you, if you're doing, because right now as it stands, we may have the largest Opportunity Zone Fund in the state of Virginia that's doing mixed use development in one area, one central area. So that's like a big news, whatever. But let me tell y'all where we're going to hit them in the mouth. And this is across the country. And I haven't told many people this, probably about 5.
Well, you tell them a whole lot more now.
I'm fine with that. I'm secure in mine.
Okay.
What we're about to do is shake up the country. We're going to shake up the people that look like you and me. And the reason we're going to do it has nothing to do with me, but it has to do with the land we're developing on. And this is going across the country, I'm sure, when everybody hears the story. The land we're developing on was owned by people that look like you and me, that were enslaved. that were then set free, that were then allowed to buy land in the late 1880s. As the years go on, they see that the land that they bought was by a water, was by the airport, very profitable. So now the threats come in. Let me tell you what the city did. Y'all don't even understand what y'all get it. Y'all get it. That's why y'all doing what y'all doing today. I love it. I love what y'all doing. So imagine the area you live today, and imagine they cut off the water, cut the lights, because they switched over from residential and say, hey, your area is no more, you can't live there anymore. We're going to change it to industrial. Deal with it. What are you going to do? You ain't going to do a doggone thing. You can't do anything. So you're going to have to move. And that's what happened. A lot of people had to move. And so now we have 14 people that stuck through the journey of not moving. But I can't blame people for moving, because imagine you in your 30s and you got a family. And in that area, they growing food for each other and swapping goods and everything. And you got a young family and you got like, well, I got to feed my family. We don't have any running water. So I have to move. I have to sell for peanuts on the dollar. And then they left and 14 families stayed. Those 14 families will be multimillionaires. That's what's going down. And the story will be told. The oldest woman right now, she's 101 years old, and her story must be told. And I'm going to get that story out. That's what I'm working on right now. That's why I got an S on my chest, y'all. I'm telling you, I need to make sure that y'all as a community see this, because I want to get in more detail. Once it comes out, I'll come back on here and give you more detail, because I can show you exactly what I personally did in detail to get to the money, to speak to the doggone city. I will come to where you are. It doesn't matter to me. Because we can do this across the country. It don't have to be a $200 million development. It can be, I say, at least $5 million, because the Opportunity Zone Fund is built for that. But if you're going to do real estate, look at the Opportunity Zones. If you're going to do business, look at the Opportunity Zones, because you can have a business to where people can help you fund your business with capital gain money to where you don't have to pay it back for 10 years. How many times can you flip money if you can hold it for 10 years?
And you can grow that way too, not just small business. So look, your story makes me cry. First of all, in appreciation of those 13 families, but also maybe those other families can get something as well. I mean, this is the call for reparations. It's not just, who was, I don't know if I can say the word LYNCHED on YouTube. They may be a little funky with it, but it was all of these issues we had economically as well, that we need retribution for. So yeah, look, let's go to the well, I have a couple of questions for you. Let's go to a person who doesn't have any money.
Okay.
I got $5 in my wallet, right?
Okay.
I don't have any money, right? I don't have experience in real estate. I've been working a corporate job, so it's not like I'm an experienced entrepreneur or anything like that. How can a person like that fit into something like this? What are some of the things that they can do? Some of the skills they can pick up,
Got you.
Giving that type of person
Perfect.
They can get
Perfect.
into.
Let's say you don't have no money, no food, no nothing. If you can go to a mirror and you can fog it up, that's one thing you need. That's it. You at least have to have that. And then everybody checking their pulse and their heartbeat. If that's going, you good. That's the second thing. You got your mind. If you have your mind and your grind and you want it bad enough, there's no amount of money that can stop you from getting it. But money is not going to be a factor. We can use, and I say excuses are monuments to nothing, that build bridges to nowhere. Those who use those tools of incompetence are masters of nothing. So the goal is, and I know it's bullcrap, but me coming from where I came from, I can't be stopped. Like, I don't care about not having money because I was there before. You can't stop me because I don't have money. I'm going to network is number one for me. I'm going to provide value, and I'm going to study my assets off. Before I got on here, I was doing research. I'm researching right now. I'm doing some stuff right now. So nobody can, and I think what we have, and let me, I must give y'all this, because it's a lot of people on here and I want to help y'all. And this is something, and I'm going to do it right quick. And it's going to be very simple, something that changed my life. This changed my life. Forget money and everything else. I'm going to give it to y'all. And y'all might not be able to see all of it, but you'll be able to have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. Let me see. I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to do something real quick. And y'all going to see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And this is going to help some people. Very simple. You may be able to read it, but it may be backwards, but you'll be able to get it. So what I'm doing, what I put across the top of this piece of paper, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Put 7 days up there, and I put the time in 30-minute increments. This is what changed my life. You don't do it here. Don't do it in your stinking cell phone. Put it on, go old school.
Yeah.
Put it in a piece of paper.
Yeah,
So
I actually have mine. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Everything we do revolves around time. And this ties into what you were telling me, what you were asking me. If you don't have anything else, 9 out of 10, most of us have a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. And we don't understand how our time should be used. So my mentors broke me down and said, Charles, and I'm gonna keep the story real short. They said, Charles, what the hell are you doing? You spending money like water. So making the 6 figures, I thought I had arrived. My money was gone and I was broke at the end of the month. That's just what it was. But I knew more was coming in because I had rentals and I'm making the 6 figures at the job. And I got rentals, I got side businesses, I'm doing real estate. Money's still gonna keep coming in. So I didn't really care that at the end of the month, it was still gone. And I had to understand and I had to learn. So they had me break down and write a schedule. They had me do it for 7 days. I did it for 2 weeks. It was during this time right here, March Madness. I'm a basketball fanatic. I love playing sports. I'm watching LeBron. I'm watching the March Madness and everything. And what I did when I did my schedule, I had 6 hours of TV time on Wednesday. I remember it like yesterday. And I said, what the heck am I doing? I had to change that up. Once I changed this up, I went cold turkey. I don't know how you're going to do what you do. I cut off the TV. I cut off hanging out. I cut off just the traveling. I cut off eating out. I was spending $700. It was about $675 a month eating out, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I had to cut all the bull crap out of my life and really focus in to say, all we have is time and memories, family. That's it. We got time and memories. And when you start running out of time, you're going to start thinking of the good times of the time you could have had. And all that's left is memories. Time and memories. So we have to figure out, I don't care if you don't have any money. If you got some time, most people have their favorite show. I'm not going to miss that show. Miss the show. I guarantee you.
The show.
Miss the show.
Just don't miss 6 o'clock on Monday.
I used to go play. I played ball like crazy. And that was my thing. That's my outlet. And my mentor said, what do you love doing? Like I asked everybody on there, what do y'all love doing? Take it away from yourself. Put yourself on restriction. I'm going to stop doing that thing that I love doing. My show come on from 7 to 8 o'clock. I'm not missing my show. My show come on Saturday from 1 to 3. I ain't missing that show. Is that show paying you some money? That's all I'm saying. If it's not paying you no money.
Some of us is the scrolling with Facebook or Instagram. Like I monitor myself with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of us it's that. And some of us sometimes, Charles, so I own a business and I know that if I don't do direct marketing to people, being face to face in front of prospects for a certain amount of time, I can say I'm working in my business, but really I'm checking my emails, I'm doing non-revenue producing stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah. Versus saying that, okay, but a certain amount of time, since you had mentioned networking, I'm going to network. I'm going to be in front of people who are also into opportunity zones. That could be the Clubhouse rooms. Every day there's a room in Clubhouse, at least one I know of. Every day they get together. So you don't even have to leave your house in order to network with people, but you do, like you said, meeting with the mayor, meeting with the Opportunity Zone office, going to different meetups in your local area. You want to think about those things too. How not only like what you're taking away, but how much time are you spending doing I'm going to call them revenue producing things, or
Yeah.
or networking, true networking, meeting people, and then following up with people as well. How often, I've done it, have we met person, we follow up with them once and then we never follow up with them again. They go into the LinkedIn abyss, right? You know, writing down like those people in like a spreadsheet or something like that, saying, if I don't keep up with anybody in opportunity zones, these are my top 20 people that every month I'm gonna text them, I'm gonna ping them, I'm gonna email them, and hey, you know, I've been doing this month. I met this interesting person. What are you up to? 3 sentences.
I love it. I love it.
And when I do those things, I make a whole lot of money. And I notice that when my money falls off, it's because I stopped doing those things 3 months ago. Like it's a 3 month lag. I'll tell you that too.
I ask people the question of, ask yourself really, when you're doing whatever it is you're doing, is this directly making me money or indirectly? Because you can be networking, and the things we don't like, I don't like going to all these doggone events, y'all. I promise you I don't. Do I go? Yes. I got one event. What's today? The 4th?
Monday, the 4th.
I got an event this weekend coming up. I had another event, but I got these guys, they with the NFL and all that, they invited me down personally. Oh, I got to do what I got to do. I don't want to go, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to be networking like crazy, business cards and everything. Like, hey, how y'all doing? How you doing? And then I'm going to another event right after that. So it's like boom, 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 boom. I got about 3 events before the weekend even starts this week. And then I got another week. Every weekend I have an event going on, but it's networking that can get us there. It's understanding your time that can get you there. It's being a part of a group like y'all have right now is the perfect place to be, because there's 75 people. There's nothing that y'all can't do. There is nothing. There's nothing. Y'all have the requisite education and everything y'all need. It's just pulling the right strings for the different people. And so if you don't have no money, oh, well, find people that do. If you don't have the education, oh, well, find people that do. So I surround myself with people that's smarter than me. That's it. That's all I promise y'all, I do that. I'm partnered in a cannabis company. I'm not a cannabis dude. That's not what I do. We're doing hemp. We're doing biodiesel fuel. We're building with hemp. We're doing so much stuff. I just be like, and I be on these calls like, what the heck are they even? I don't even know what they're talking about. But
I'm in there.
What's the equity split? Hold on. Sorry, that's all I'm about. Developments. I got engineers. I got architects. I have the people that can do the jobs. I have mental health folks. I have doctors. I don't care. I'm networking like crazy to get around those smart folks. Yeah. That's all I do.
I will say one more thing. If you are a super organized person, do not underestimate being somebody's executive assistant.
I love that.
The person who, I need to find her name, who was Bill Gates's executive assistant back in the day, multi-millionaire, hands down.
I'm going to be looking for
shares in the company early, right? So, because some of you are really great at project management, operations management. I'm thinking about hiring an operations manager now for my main company, because I can't grow it without that person that can handle that. Charles is the networking boom, boom, boom guy, but I guarantee you, he probably needs somebody who can take it all, pull it together, and manage it in a way, and you could be greatly rewarded for that, you know?
Oh, fact.
When we talk about the powernomics thing with the entrepreneurs, the investors, and the experts, do not underestimate that person who is the organization person. If that's you, that is powerful if you latch on to the right leader and the right person who can take $1 and turn it into 10,000.
I love it. I love it. I got a guy right now. I see, this is what y'all need to understand. For me, I don't know how everybody else do it. I watch people over social media. I don't say a word. I watch. I've watched one guy that I really want to be my executive assistant. And I'm going to lay it on so thick. Company car, 3 times his income he's making right now. I'm giving him shares. It doesn't matter to me because I see what he's about. He's a young, hard charger, getting it done type of person. So, and I haven't spoken to him about it yet. And I haven't spoken about some people, haven't spoken to them about it. I see what they do and I just follow. But when it comes out, I'm telling you, I got the water hose effect. I'm coming out in such a big way, but I'm doing this for us as a people because I need us to see it. And I want us to want to do, hey, why don't we get a development and do some housing that's affordable over here or do something over here as a people. Nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. Right.
So talk to us about opportunity zones in businesses, because a lot of people only know the real estate side, but people who have opportunity zones funds can also invest in businesses.
Yes.
So yeah, tell us a little
concept, y'all. So what we don't want to do is try to convolute it and just make it to where it's almost unbelievable or anything like that. It's just like if you were starting a business right now, well, you know, you're going to probably need funding or need startup capital or need something to actually get your business off. And if you can show somebody how to possibly eliminate paying capital gains on their money that they have, is this something that you're interested in? But with anything, everything comes down to the paperwork, documentation. What have you done for me lately? Who's on your team? All that's going to be questioned. And the one thing that you're going to hurt yourself on is be like, well, I don't have a business just yet. It's just an idea. Now I'm going to get.
I haven't done my bookkeeping in 2 years.
It's not going to work. So this is. I'm glad we brought that up because this is what I did with my Opportunity Zone Fund personally. So I'm sitting across from this guy. He has one of the largest tax accounting firms in the country, and they're looking to move $1 billion. He said, "Who did your fund? Who did your finances on the fund and everything like that?" So I was like, let me explain to you who I am. So the person who did my finances, he was a finance attorney for McDonald's. Back in the day, he worked with Ray Kroc. So he was like, oh, I said, yeah, stop playing. I'm not playing with this.
And they think you don't have it together too.
We have to go get the best of the best and then give that information. So I'm doing something at a university called Liberty University, and it's called the Certified Opportunity Zone Advisor Program. My goal is to take
the conservatives, huh?
Exactly. No, let me tell you why.
No, trust me, I do not judge.
You already know where it's coming. So I'm taking that program and I'm talking to the HBCUs. Why should Liberty be the only one to have it? So I'm going to be like, hold on, this is a program that they're giving their people. Why can't we have it here at HBCU? But since I'm on the ground floor, I can do that. And so that's why I put myself in positions so I can say, let me give it back to my community. Well, what else y'all got? Okay, let me give it back to my community. So what I've done with the Opportunity Zone Fund is the advisor, one of my advisors to the fund, he worked with the Small Business Administration as one of the top execs. Another guy worked as he worked with the treasurer, the United States treasurer, as an advisor. He's an advisor to my fund. So I got the best of the best. I got the people who did the legislation on my team. The people who created Opportunity Zone funds are on my team. So I don't have time for games. And now we take that information and we give it to the Black community. The hard part is a lot of us, like we do, we wait. And so I'm going to keep pushing it down people's throat because this month I'm waiting on the funding. When the funding hits, we go live. And when I go live, I'm going to be saturating the market in the media from Black enterprise to everywhere around and pushing this narrative. Hey, we can do this. I will fly to California. It doesn't matter to me. If you want this, get 50 to 60 people in a room, and I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I've personally done, and you can replicate, rip off, and duplicate everything that I've done. Talk to the city. I will bring my package to talk to the city to say, because after this one, I got an $800 million mixed-use development coming right after this one. This is only a teaser. I'm not playing games. We got another $115 million one in St. Louis. I got another $50 million one in Norfolk, Virginia. it's about to get ugly. I haven't even put it out to the world yet, but it's about, when this happens, I'm going to saturate the market because I need us to see it, because we're seeing is believing people. I need us to see it and say, why can't we do it here in St. Louis, Detroit, New York, North Carolina? It doesn't matter where, family. It's 76 people on here. Nobody can stop us.
No.
And when those tables turn.
We have 2,000 members, 18,000 in our community.
I got another one for y'all. I ain't told nobody this one.
All right.
I'm creating a black bank. I see Detroit. Everybody from the 313. No, just playing. What up, though? But so I'm creating I'm creating a bank. The bank to be backed by commodities, gold, silver. That's a different type of bank. I'm in the gold industry as well. So I already have my people. So I know a CDFI that I want to bring in, and the goal is to get it to the blockchain. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
but
we talked about that.
We need access to capital. We need access to capital, and that helps all of us out. Yeah. That just helps us out even better. So it's a lot going on that I have to unpack with what I'm doing. But, I will be inviting y'all to an event that I'm going to do here in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Okay.
I'll show you the pictures. I may show you the pictures, but I'm not going to do it yet. But I'm still working.
You have my email, so email me. I'm only a couple of hours away. How do people get in touch with you and recognize a whole lot of people want to get in touch with you?
Woo!
So is it maybe a website people can get on your email list? If you don't have anything like that, then you need an assistant that can pull all of that together for you. We need the Charles McCutchen news of the day.
I'll tell you my easiest one. I tell people this just to be straight up, because I give out my number. I'm human. I'm like everybody else. I just tell people to text me and say, what's going on, and we set up times to kind of guide. So what I did, I just dropped it in the chat, just a quick email and then my phone number, and that's kind of like my guide to say, okay, well, let's set something up to get on a call, because I personally believe we're maybe a few people away from getting what we need. And what I do, I'll be like, hey, you need to speak to that person. Whatever y'all do is what y'all do. It has nothing to do with me. Y'all do what y'all do. But if I have the connection, I'm putting the connection in, because we're only, we're all pieces of a puzzle. And so that's how I look at myself, as we go along. But opportunity zones, y'all, I'm telling y'all right now. Oh, let me give you the best part. I almost forgot. I'm going to tell you, I'm not holding nothing in. I'm telling y'all right now. So this is what really opportunity zones is. This is the good part. Let's talk money. Don't nobody want to talk money. So we're going to talk money real quick.
We talk money here.
I love it. So let me give y'all the position I'm in right now and how you can do the same thing. So the position I'm in right now, we have a $200 million mixed use development. Of that $200 million, I am once it hits my fund, I'm the fund manager. As a fund manager, I get 2% of that, right? I'm gonna run these numbers down real quick.
That's 40 million.
Understanding.
Or 4 million.
I get 2% of that particular fund. That's just what it is. So the best part, though, is that's not even the best part. The best part is after 10 years. So imagine we build this out. Equity. After 10 years, we do an 80-20 split. So that particular fund pays the investors 80%. So the way it really looks is, let's say from 200 million after 10 years, it makes 600 million. And that, I don't think that's too far off. As a fund manager, from that 600 million, I personally get 120 million. Personally. Now, let's 10x it. That's one fund. I'm probably, right now, as far as the numbers look, I'm going to be involved in at least 12 funds. 12. So imagine 12 10x that 120 million. And this is what's going on around the country right now. There's only about 600 funds that are 100% up and up, ready to receive. There's probably over 1,000, but some of those thousands, you have personal people who've done them, and some of them just holding on to a fund for no reason at all. So there's over 8,743 zones across the country with only 600 funds, family. Is there a problem?
There's an opportunity. There's a huge opportunity.
There's a problem. Yeah. So getting into a fund doesn't have to be a $200 million one. What if you only did a $5 million one? $5 million fund at 2%. That's something that just because you're the fund manager, I have a certified, in a sense, an attorney that is he runs my fund. So if somebody dumps $5 million into your fund, you walk away with $100,000. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Now keep going up. I mean, 10 million, 20, 30. And the thing is, it's not that you have to come up with the 50 million or whatever. You're just putting the word out, family.
Just putting the word out.
That's why I work the way I do.
People. Yeah.
And then all of this going into a trust, and it's game over. Stop playing. That's why I'm excited every day.
Y'all, I told y'all Charles was like phenomenal. I literally just so happened, I feel like it was God who was like, open up Clubhouse, because I am never on Clubhouse. And I just so happened that room was open that night, and I said, okay, let me see what's happening in here. And Charles started speaking, and immediately I'm on my phone like, I gotta have you. I gotta have you come to the 10K project, and all of you can see why now. So look, Charles was gracious enough to put his email and his phone number in the chat if you're in Zoom. Latrice,
you want me to answer some questions in the chat or something?
I'm sorry?
You want me to answer a few questions of the chat if people have them?
Yeah. If you see questions you want to answer, just one quick thing. Latrice in YouTube, you're my girl. If you want, because I'm not going to put it in YouTube. If you want, email me, Latrice, and I'll make sure to get you in touch with Charles. Go ahead, Charles. Are there questions?
Oh, okay. I'll say Charles M Speaks at Yahoo. Charles, CHARLES, the letter M as in McCutchen. Charles M Speaks, as I'm speaking to y'all. SPEAKS at yahoo.com, and then 757-576-9598. 757-576-9598. You see how people calling me? But anyway, I tell people,
one of us, maybe somebody else.
Here's what it is. Life happens. I'm in the last phase to get funded. So a brother is like, I'm busy. It is what it is. I'm in the very last phase of funding. I'm literally on the phone and talking to attorneys and accountants, and I just got to see the money. I'm a kid from the projects, y'all. I just want to see the money. I ain't never seen money like that before. Let's keep it 100, you know. I haven't, you know, not in my bank account with my name on it. That makes it different. Yeah. I want to see it with my name on it. That's just different. But I'm going to see if anybody got some questions in here. You send me some on Clubhouse, okay?
Anything in the Q&A. So people were just basically saying awesome. T. Terrell asked, do you recommend reviewing the videos at opportunitydb.com?
Yes, I know what that is. I say review them all and keep going, because it's just a lot of content, and you want to have a general knowledge
too, right? I mean, as new laws come in, are there changes?
Yes, that's why I have my attorney. He does the cliff notes for me and gives it to me. So yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah, we have Regina saying that she's a developer, has a project to release. So yeah, I mean, like, I didn't see very many questions. People were just really excited about what you're doing. So awesome. Thank you, Charles, for being here tonight. You were absolutely awesome. Y'all, there's no reason for any of us to be broke and to have like no investments, right? So pick something and go, right? Opportunity zones, there's a way for you to make active money, passive money, generational money, etc. Beulah's saying, I want to start a construction company focused on teenagers. Take
I like
me
that.
somewhere. Beulah, you need to do exactly what Charles said. Start watching everything on Opportunities.
I have somebody that does that already. You might hook me up and then I'll try to pair y'all together.
He'll put y'all together. So, and you got another person, Beulah, in the chat. Saying contact Alan Bean. So look, we are here to connect people because you can't make it without other people. You're not going to get the success without other people. That is a true thing that we believe and we embrace here. So, all right, everybody. Charles, again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everybody.
My pleasure.
Tomorrow night for the Bet on Black pitch. All right, everybody, take care.